Yo, what's going on everybody? This is Mysticall. Today I'm bringing you a quick video going over what legendaries you should craft first for PvP and PvE, because I was getting this question quite a lot and I just want to jump right into it and make this a quick video. So if you are PvPing, there's three legendaries you should have. You should have Sephuz, Escape from Reality, and Tear of Morning. I crafted Sephuz, and the reason why I did is because the 10% crowd control reduction also stacks with orc ratio. So that means the hardiness ratio, which reduces stuns on me by 20%, is now 30%, which is amazing. And you're going to use this legendary versus setup comps like RMP, RMD, Jungle, and Cupid. So that's when you're going to use Sephuz, and that's a really good legendary. By far, the best legendary you should get is Tear of Morning, which comes out when the raid comes out, and it drops from the Sludge guy, the Sludge Fist, and this drops on any difficulty: raid, normal, raid finder, normal, heroic, mythic. It still drops it. It's 100% drop chance. That's what people are telling me. Legendaries that drop from raid bosses and world bosses are 100% drop chance. That's what I've been told. So hold out, find a group the first week for normal, get the legendary, craft it. Now, the final legendary you're going to want to get is the Escape from Reality, and you're going to use this in 2v2 arena versus melee DPS. So if you're queuing 2s and you're queuing into warriors that are, they do a ton of damage, feral druids, rogues, any spec of rogue, DKs, pretty much any melee, or especially Windwalker, this is going to be good against Windwalker, any melee that you feel will train you to the ground, use Escape from Reality. So those are the three legendaries you want in PvP. I made Sephuz this week. If you make a legendary this week, you have the option to upgrade it next week for 750 Soul Ash, and you do not miss out on any Soul Ash at all. It just costs more if you just go straight to rank 2, and we don't have enough Soul Ash this week to get to rank 2, so I just made Sephuz. But the next legendary I'm making is absolutely Tear of Morning. It is far and away the legendary you'll be using against everything else. So again, Sephuz versus setup comps, RMP, RMD, Jungle, Cupid. Escape from Reality you're going to use against melee DPS and 2s, and then Tear of Morning versus everything else. It's by far the best legendary. So for Mythic Plus, I do Mythic Plus as well, and by far, again, the best legendary you can craft is Ancient Teachings of the Monastery. This legendary is absolutely insane for doing damage, healing with that damage, and it works really well with Crane. So I would highly suggest making Ancient Teachings of the Monastery. Again, this is a drop from one of the dungeons, Spires of Ascension, drops off the final boss, and it does drop on any difficulty. So if you're unlucky like me and you're not lucky with loot drops from Mythic, you can go ahead and spam normal. You can queue for heroic for this dungeon, and you have a chance for it to drop. Now, if you're unlucky and you haven't got it to drop, the other legendary you can make, again, is Tear of Morning. You're going to see a pattern. Tear of Morning is by far one of our best legendaries overall. So Ancient Teachings of the Monastery, I would craft this first if you're doing Mythic Plus. But if you're unlucky and haven't got it, Tear of Morning again is pretty good. It also depends on your playstyle. If you don't like doing damage to heal, that's completely fine. Then just go straight to crafting Tear of Morning next week when the raid comes out, and just use that forever because it's by far the best for Mythic Plus. And then Ancient Teachings of the Monastery, you don't really have to craft if you don't want to do it. But if you want to do damage and heal, Ancient Teachings of the Monastery first, and then Tear of Morning for Mythic Plus. And finally, for raiding, the only one that I'm going to really craft or use for raiding is Tear of Morning. The power of this legendary and how much healing you can do with it is just incredible. So if you plan on mostly raiding or PvEing in general, actually, if you just plan on playing Mistweaver, Tear of Morning is your go-to to craft first. So yeah, if you're gonna raid, Tear of Morning. You can also do Ancient Teachings of the Monastery too. I don't know if there's bosses where you can be all up in his face like doing damage. I don't know if there's probably gonna be DPS check boss. So if there is one, you're probably gonna be doing a lot of damage. You can use Ancient Teachings of the Monastery for healing on that. And that's pretty much it for legendaries. There's some other good ones, like there's okay ones. This one's okay for PvP. The Yu'lon's Whisper is also a good one. I actually have this in my bag right now. It's a solid one. but it just doesn't do enough healing. I wish it just did more healing that I could use more, you know? But if you're looking for an alternative to Tear of Morning and Ancient Teachings of the Monastery in PvE, Yu'lon's Whisper is also pretty solid. But again, for raiding, you're going to stick with Tear of Morning or Ancient Teachings of the Monastery if there's a DPS check boss. And that is pretty much it. Hopefully this was quick. I hope this answers questions that I keep getting. I crafted the Sephuz Proclamation first week just because I feel like Rogue Mage is going to be insane. But the next legendary I'm going to make is Tear of Morning for PvP and PvE. It's going to be, I'm so excited for it. And that is pretty much it. Again, if you have any questions or legendaries that you're using, please let me know. I'd love to know what you're using. And that's pretty much it. Hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you later.